Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. You can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad, and welcome to Monday's edition of the dceu Daily. Aquaman 2 script had Jason Momoa giggling while reading it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do get somewhat nervous when they have to remind us that the script they've just read is a little bit funny. I always see a few red flags. It doesn't mean I'm not looking forward to this movie, by the way. Jason Momoa says the Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom will be bigger and better with improved CGI underwater, which is exciting, underwater effects, and humour that made him giggle. By, what's that? Brennan Klein of Screen Rant. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom star Jason Momoa says that the new film will have much bigger stakes and so much humour that it had him giggling while reading the script. The DC Extended Universe hasn't come together in quite the same way as the Marvel movies, thank fuck. But if there's one feather in its cap, it's Aquaman. The original Aquaman, which was directed by James Wan, came out in 2018 and pulled in the biggest box office take of any DCEU film, making it the first film in the franchise to cross the 1 billion mark. Now, this was kind of a grassy knoll President Kennedy assassination moment, because don't forget, this film came after Justice League, which was obviously an utter mess. So how did we go from Justice League to Aquaman making $1 billion? Well, it's simple. It's a great movie. It works. The mainstream audience enjoyed it, and hardcore Aquaman fans enjoyed it as well. And if you give the people what they want, they'll come and embrace your movie. Aquaman 2 will come out on December 17th, 2022 and follow Aquaman after assuming the throne of Atlantis. The movie, which began production in July, is currently filming in the UK. While the original Aquaman did skew towards more humour than the Zack Snyder side of the DCEU, it certainly was more serious and overtly comic outings like Shazam or James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. However, it looks like the new Aquaman 2 will be pushing that tone even further. I don't want you to misunderstand this. This is not going to be a sitcom. This is not going to be an MCU movie. But there'll be a little bit more humour, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. Speaking with Fandango, Jason Momoa has teased that the new Aquaman will have bigger and better everything. The stakes will be higher, there will be a lot more heart, and the CGI water effects will be even more advanced. It's interesting though, because the underwater CGI effects in the first film were outstanding. So if Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom CGI underwater effects even better than that, wow. But there will still be plenty of humour. In fact, the comedy in the script was so solid that Momoa admitted he giggled reading it. Read the full quote here. This Aquaman, this time around, I feel like pulling out all the stops. But buddy, like we all learned something on the first one. It's exciting because I haven't made too many sequels. I just know that it's even on the page. It's absolutely wonderful. There is so much going on. I think the stakes are a lot higher. There's a lot of comedy, so I mean, I giggled reading it. There's a lot of fun, and definitely the actions, I think, just in the last 3 or 4 years, just technologies constantly. It's just moving at such a rapid pace that we're doing with what we're doing with underwater. I mean, that's what made the first one so amazing. So it's just gone onto a whole other level. So I'm excited for everyone because it's just a lot more heart and there's a lot more at risk. So what you can tell from here, yes, there'll be some fun and some giggles, but this sounds like an epic movie. I'll talk about what I think the stakes are going to be in this movie after I finish reading you this article. Momoa is confirmed to return as Arthur Curry, aka Aquaman, alongside Patrick Wilson as Orm, Amber Heard as Mera, Randall Park as Dr. Stephen Shin, and Yahya Abdul-Mateen II as Black Manta. It is also believed that the film will feature William Dafoe as Voko, Dolph Lundgren as King Nereus, and Nicole Kidman as Atlanta. However, in the interest of this film being even bigger and brighter, new cast members have been added to Aquaman 2. On top of that are Janny Zoe, who will play the original character Stingray. Now, Stingray, I mean, come on. Surely that's the nickname, right? India Moore will play hyper-intelligent shark Kashan, and Vincent Regan will become the third actor to portray King Atlan, replacing Graham McTavish from the original film. I like Graham McTavish. I'm a bit disappointed with that, but I'm sure this new actor will do a great job, so nothing to be negative about. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom will be transporting audiences to a whole new world that can hardly be imagined, and it has already started before today. It would have been difficult to imagine that the famously intense Momoa had even heard of the term giggle. Although plot details from the film are unknown, fans certainly have something delightful to look forward to next year. But we have a problem, and it's not with this film, it's not with what they're doing with the DC Extended Universe. I'm excited with what's happening next year, but we do have some industrial action in Hollywood in the offering. Yesterday, industrial action was voted for, and I think these are people who work on the grips, you know, the crew behind the scenes. I don't know exactly what departments these are, but they're going on strike unless these studios give them what they want. Now, I don't know if these elements can still be done without these people. I very much doubt it. So some movies could have a delay. Now, we're quite lucky. Black Adam has finished shooting. The Flash finishes shooting this week, so I think they're going to get away with The Flash, definitely. And even if it's delayed by the final week, it doesn't matter. I think they can bring that together. So it would be stuff like Batgirl, that could suffer. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom may have to halt, although because they're in London, they're probably using an English crew. Maybe they were smart enough to know this was coming, so they've avoided that. And I don't know where Batgirl's filming. Now, you may find a lot of Hollywood productions, because of this situation, may come to London or other places around the world to shoot, change their schedules. Now, this is interesting about this strike. Not that this is, well, it is a DCEU problem, because it could affect us, right? This industrial action may not even work if they just go, well, fuck you, we'll just go to London. So very, very interesting. Now, let's talk about what kind of stakes we're going to see in Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Don't forget, Arthur Curry wasn't the king of, you know, of, what do you call it, the Atlantia? Let me start again. Yeah. Arthur Curry wasn't the king of Atlantis in the first film. So the film was different. He was this fish out of water, no pun intended. And so he had a different challenge. He had to be accepted by the Atlanteans. Well, in this film, he's been accepted, and he's the king. He's the head honcho. He's the one making these decisions. So there's a different pressure for Arthur. This is a different Arthur we're going to see. I'm sure we would skip for about 6 months where, you know, things may be going swimmingly. Him and Mira are together. Maybe they've already been married. Maybe they're going to be married. I do believe that Amber Heard will be killed off in this film. I've said that before. I think one of these actresses they're bringing in is kind of a replacement. We'll have to wait and see. But I wouldn't be too surprised if they kill her off. I really do think that, but who knows? They may double down and even give her own HBO Max series, so that would be quite interesting. We'll have to wait and see. But they're the stakes of this film. The pressure Arthur's going to go in, you know, be under. You know, the search for the Lost Kingdom and what that means. And Black Manta still plotting and conspiring with others. Maybe Orm. You know, Orm will probably help the Atlanteans at the beginning of the film for whatever threat they're up against, or the search for the Lost Kingdom, but probably because he wants to find the Lost Kingdom as well. So he's kind of a Loki type of character, so I think he's going to be very interesting in this film, and we've seen him. He looks like a tramp, doesn't he? He's got a beard, he looks like he's been stranded on a desert island for several years, so it's going to be interesting what he's up to in this film as well. And plus, bigger stakes, this film comes after Flashpoint. So surely there has to be some relevant changes because of Flashpoint without confusing the audience. So we're just going to have to wait and see what type of movie we'll get. But we'll find out a lot more about Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, of course, at DC Fandom on October the 16th. DCEU Supergirl poses with Wonder Woman sparks Flash movie speculation. Now, this is interesting because we discussed this yesterday, but they're looking at this screen rant by Rachel Abernathy from a different angle, I suppose, and they're saying this hints that Gal Gadot's in this film. But we already know that. The intelligent people know she's in this film. I'll reiterate what I think about this again after I read this article. Sasha Calle's recent picture with a Wonder Woman figure sparked speculation that Gal Gadot's DCEU hero could appear in the upcoming Flash movie. She is. Sasha Calle, the DCEU Supergirl actress, sparked speculation about The Flash after taking a picture alongside Wonder Woman's standee. Newcomer Calle will make her DCEU debut in the long-awaited Flash movie, which centres on Ezra Miller's Barry Allen, directed by Andy Muschietti. The Flash has been in production since the spring and is currently scheduled to premiere in November 2022. Most plot specifics are still being kept under wraps, though it is said the movie will offer its own spin on the iconic Flashpoint storyline from the comics. In Flashpoint, Barry travels back in time to save his mother from being killed, but in doing so unleashes a multiversal repercussions for the Flash. Those repercussions appear to be the introduction of superheroes from other universes aside from Calle's Supergirl. The movie will include 2 different versions of Batman played by Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck. Additionally, television's version of The Flash, Grant Gustin, reportedly has a cameo in the movie. Let's hope so. The sheer number of additional DC heroes has led fans to speculate about who else could be included in The Flash. We've discussed this a billion times. Everyone apart from Ray Fisher from the Justice League will be in this film, and Andy could have actually added some more. Could Blue Beetle be in this new DCEU Earth 1 Flashpoint? Could Batgirl already feature in this film via already being in this new Justice League? Interesting. Or could they appear after Flashpoint? You know, at the end of the movie. Interesting, right? Now the rumours have grown to suggest Gal Gadot could make an appearance as Wonder Woman, as noted by the DC Syndicate. Gadot posted a picture of Calle posting... Hang on. Did she? I don't think Gal... No, I don't think Gal... Oh, hang on. Getting a bit confused here. Let's start again. Now the rumours have grown to suggest Gal Gadot could make an appearance as Wonder Woman, as noted by the DC Syndicate. Gadot posted a picture of Calle posing alongside a Wonder Woman cardboard figure. "Me and my super friend," she wrote. Calle then added to her own story and wrote, "This is me playing it cool. Hi Gal." Adding to the speculation is the fact that Wonder Woman figure is wearing a Flash hat like Calle's, and that Gadot was in London where the Flash is being filmed. Very, very interesting, of course. Now, I didn't realise Gal posted this. I actually just thought Sasha put this up. So this is interesting. So let's see what the DC Syndicate said. Something fishy. Did Gal Gadot accidentally let slip that Wonder Woman is in the Flash movie and will share screen with Sasha Calle's Supergirl? Or is this just a friendly exchange between 2 DC heroines who met at London while filming something like DC Fandom promo materials? Yeah, they went all the way to fucking London to film fucking DC Fandom stuff. No. This could mean many things. On one hand, it could indicate that Gadot does indeed have a small role in The Flash, and that is how the 2 actresses came into contact. On the other, it could just be that as 2 DCEU stars, they're happy to connect and interact on social media. It seems smarter to perhaps avoid assuming Gadot's Wonder Woman will be in The Flash until further details are revealed. Perhaps next month's DC Fandom will shed more light on the movie's full cast list. Listen, she's in it. They're all fucking in it. Barbara's told us last year this film's going to have so many DC characters in it. Stop it. Of course she's in the movie. It will be exciting to see Wonder Woman team up with Supergirl in The Flash. Thanks to Justice League, both the theatrical version and the Snyder Cut, Wonder Woman has already met Barry and could be recruited to help him deal with the fallout of his time-travelling antics. There's even a Wonder Woman Easter egg already tucked into the movie. Conversely, the Flash could see him meet an alternate version of the hero. That will happen as well, by the way. The possibilities feel endless, but only if Gadot truly is in the movie. Fans will just have to wait and see. No, he won't. She's in the movie. She's definitely in the movie, and I'll just reiterate what I said the other day. There's lots of, there's lots of scenarios here. We spoke about this yesterday, but one of the things I will reiterate, and we'll go back to the picture, is that I don't see is this Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, or is this another version of Wonder Woman? Conveniently, there's a hat on this cardboard cutout which covers her eyes and forehead. That's interesting, isn't it? So maybe this Supergirl converses with another Wonder Woman. It's all extremely interesting, exciting, but one thing you can take to the bank, as usual, as you know, I know a lot of things, and I get a hell of a lot of things right. Either I'm lucky, I'm just bullshitting my way through life, my oxygen is bullshit, or I actually talk to people who know stuff. Gal Gadot and the rest of the Justice League, apart from Cyborg's, Ray Fisher's Cyborg, but doesn't mean Cyborg won't be in the movie, by the way. They'll just have to use another version, and maybe that version will join the Justice League. But there's lots of things we don't know. We're so close to DC fandom now, we can smell it. It's one of those days today, we've got a few updates, which I really like it. I hate it when I've got nothing to work with, but I'm always going to do a DCEU daily and converse with you people because it's a lot of fun. But it's so much better when we've actually got real things to talk about, isn't it? But I like doing the editorials as well because we can bring up a few talking points, so it's all cool to me. Shazam 2 director gives BTS look at sequel special effects. Director David F. Sandberg has offered a behind-the-scenes look at the creation of special effects for his upcoming movie Shazam Fury of the Gods by Saeed Fadullah Hassani of Screen Rant. Shazam 2's director David F. Sandberg has offered a behind-the-scenes look at the movie's special effects. Sandberg's first Shazam movie came out in 2019, chronicling the tale of troubled orphan Billy Batson, Asher Angel, as she acquired the ability to transform into an adult superhero, Zachary Levi. Sorry about that, Asher, but someone's got to be Zachary, right? In the movie, Billy's superhero alter ego Shazam faces off against the evil Dr. Fader Savannah Mark Strong and the 7 deadly sins with the help of his superpowered foster family, defeating and imprisoning them all by the film's end. The film proved to be a decent success at the box office, with Shazam grossing a whopping $366 million at the box office against its modest $80 to $100 million budget. At the same time, it garnered critical acclaim for its light-hearted tone and sense of fun. But if you're a critic worth your salt, you go beyond that, because Shazam's more than fun, you know, a sense of fun and humour. This film has got a hardcore kind of moral here, that you don't have to be related to people to be family and to be looked after and loved by them. That's a beautiful moral, isn't it? Let's get it right. Let's not just say this is a fucking sitcom. A sequel was subsequently announced only 4 days after the movie's premiere, and it's now scheduled to release on June the 2nd, 2023. Titled Shazam Fury of the Gods, the new movie began filming in Atlanta in May 2021. Production was originally scheduled to commence in August 2020, with the release initially set for April 2022. But those plans were delayed due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and hence the sequel took some extra time to get off the ground. Still, despite the roadblocks, Shazam 2 was able to finish filming by August 31st, 2021. And now it's already a significant way through post-production as well. Recently, David F. Sandberg shared a behind-the-scenes shot from the movie's post-production phase on Instagram, offering a look at how the special effects are being developed. Sandberg revealed that he's using the stock footage Action Essentials 2, available on Video Copilot's design products library, to create VFX for the superhero transformations. I've actually played around with that before, it's pretty cool. Particularly for the smoke that appears when the characters switch from teenagers to adults. He also posted an image of his workplace, which is decidedly more confining than his well-illuminated and ventilated pre-production office. Take a look at Sandberg's post below. I did see this post the other day, and I forgot to update you guys about it. I'm sorry about that. Making temp VFX in my post-production office, still using my old copy of Action Essentials 2 from Video Copilot, especially for smoke during Shazam's transformation. Post-production office has no windows. I get really spoiled with my pre-production office seen on the second image, but I still prefer this one since it's in LA and I get to sleep in my own bed every night. At the moment, plot details for Shazam 2 are slim, but the details that have been revealed about the movie have sure stirred up much excitement. The new movie will see Shazam family going up against the 2 evil daughters of the Greek god Atlas. Hesperia, played by Helen Mirren, Calypso, played by Lucy Liu, West Side Story's Rachel Zegler, a real coup, by the way, to get Rachel in. She can get a bit mouthy, but yeah, she's a great kid. Is expected to play Atlas' third daughter, although the actress insists that no one has guessed her character correctly. so far. Sandberg has also hyped Shazam 2 to be deeper and more expansive than the original movie, although the true scope will probably be teased during the upcoming DC Fandom, which includes new details about Shazam 2. With the movie not slated to premiere for the next 2 years, fans need something to tide them over. Thankfully, Sandberg realises this, and hence he keeps Shazam enthusiasts in the loop about the development of this sequel. In the past few months, Sandberg has made it evident that the new movie will be more visually sophisticated and less goofy than the original. This notion was further solidified when Shazam family's new costumes were revealed, which were a significant upgrade from their old ones, thus keeping in line with the tone of the sequel. The special effects also require considerable reworking, as shown by his new post. Sandberg's already at the job, but fans will still have to wait for a Shazam 2 teaser or trailer to see if the transformation and action sequences have been spruced up. Listen, I don't have any issue with the costumes or the effects for the first film, but that film was made at a lower budget because they didn't know how it would be received. Now they know people loved it. You know, they're spending a bit more money on it. You know, they took a calculated risk. It worked. They're going to improve on things. And you should always improve on your earlier work. So it's no big deal. And it doesn't mean the first film was badly made or anything. It just means they're improving on what they did. And that in life is what you should always do with your art. Shazam! Fury of the Gods 2023. Bring it on. It's going to be awesome. So many people excited about this movie. And I'm one of those people. Andy Serkis joined the Batman as Alfred to work with Matt Reeves. The Batman actor Andy Serkis says he joined the film to work with Matt Reeves, whom he had earlier teamed with for 2 Planet of the Apes movies, by Saeed Fadullah Hosseini of Screen Rant. Yes, the same journalist as before. Andy Serkis says he joined the Batman to work with the director Matt Reeves. DCEU's most hotly... well, it's not actually the DCEU, but yeah. Most hotly anticipated film, The Batman, is a standalone movie set on Earth 2. It's not going to be standalone, but it is set on Earth 2. Originally, The Batman was conceived as a solo outing for Ben Affleck, who was also attached to direct, produce and write the film. But after Affleck dropped out, Cloverfield director Matt Reeves took over at the helm, and he repurposed the movie entirely. The Batman isn't an origin story, although it does focus on the early years in Bruce Wayne's career as a vigilante. Reeves' film features Twilight alum Robert Pattinson as the Caped Crusader. Imagine that being your tag for the rest of your life. A Twilight alum as the Caped Crusader, and it's scheduled to release on March the 4th, 2022. Among the many reasons that have stirred up excitement for the film, the Batman starry ensemble is perhaps the most notable. I would say it's the director that's got everyone excited. The movie features an array of fan favourite characters from DC Comics lore, with villains and heroes all portrayed by top Hollywood actors. Paul Dano is playing the Riddler, presumably the movie's main antagonist, while Colin Farrell is set to appear as Penguin. An HBO Max series for whom has also been ordered. There is Zoe Kravitz as Selina Kyle, Catwoman, while Jeffrey Wright is assaying the Gotham City Police Department Commissioner Jim Gordon. Venom Let There Be Carnage Helmet Andy Serkis is also attached to the cast. He plays Alfred Pennyworth, Bruce Wayne's mentor and butler. Recently, Serkis talked about his decision to join the Batman with Upprox. The actor-director explained he boarded the movie because he wanted to work with director Matt Reeves, whom he had collaborated with with the 2 Planet of the Apes movies, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes 2014 and War for the Planet of the Apes 2017. Serkis didn't go into details about his role due to his non-disclosure agreement, although he still expressed excitement about being part of the DC superhero film. Read what he said below. It was definitely to work with Matt. I'd love to be able to talk about it, but I can't talk about anything. I can't talk anything about it. As expressed during the recent exclusive interview with Screen Rant, Andy Serkis is quite confident about Reeves' vision for the Batman and the film's success. The actor is sure that the film is going to be pretty amazing and it will feel quite special. Serkis' hopes for the Batman are, after all, not unwarranted, as the project is clearly shaping up to be a very unique and exciting tale about the iconic Dark Knight. The story explores the detective side of Bruce Wayne and includes elements of a psychological thriller. Additionally, Gotham City in the movie is also unlike all the other Gothams. It's more realistic with a lot of relevance to the contemporary world. Serkis's confidence in Reeves' work and the quality of the Batman has for sure increased the anticipation for the film. Although the film is the next in the DCEU's upcoming feature slate, there is very little known about the plot and story. In fact, there hasn't been a single look at Serkis Alfred so far, as the character wasn't introduced in the Batman's first trailer. That could soon all change as the movie will unveil new footage at the upcoming DC Fandom on October the 16th, 2021. Hopefully the trailer will expand a bit more on what Reeves wants to achieve with the movie, while seconding Serkis' claims about the Batman's superior caliber, grand scale and intriguing narrative. Yes, the next DC live action movie is the Batman, and everyone's so exciting because I think this is going to shape the future of DC live action as much as the Flash movie, and make of that what you will. The Flash movie is nearly finished shooting according to producer. Now this is something we also discussed yesterday, but let's go into a lot more detail because this is going to lead into another discussion about something else that Barbara has said that's wound up and upset a few people, and actually you shouldn't, you bunch of entitled bastards, you shouldn't be upset about it, but we'll discuss it after I read this. The Flash movie is nearly finished shooting according to producer Barbara Machete, who happens to be director Andy Machete's sister, says that DCEU's The Flash will, say that again, sister says that the DCEU's The Flash will move it, oh my god, they can't fucking write. You think it's my reading? They can't write. So what it says is will movie. What it should say is Andy Machete's sister says that the DCEU's The Flash movie will wrap up filming soon. Again by Saeed Fadullah Hassan. The Flash producer Barbara Machete has confirmed that the movie is close to wrapping up production. Scheduled to release in the United States on November the 4th, 2022, The Flash marks the return of Ezra Miller as the titular Scarlet Speedster, Barry Allen after his appearances in Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice and Justice League. The movie focuses on Barry's journey as he attempts to bend time and space to prevent his mother's murder, oblivious of the consequences that he would bring to his timeline. The movie is being held by Argentinian filmmaker Andy Machete, while Batgirl screenwriter Christina Hodson is penning the script. Fingers crossed. The Flash has been in development for quite some time. The movie was originally supposed to premiere in 2018, but that plan was delayed due to certain creative challenges. Production officially began in April 2021. With shooting taking place all over the United Kingdom. The burglary house in Stamford doubled for the Wayne Manor, while London and Glasgow doubled for Central City and Gotham City respectively. In July, filming was temporarily suspended after a camera operator got injured during an accident on the Flash set. By the way, it was suspended for about a couple of hours. Not worth even mentioning, is it? Anyway. The production eventually resumed, oh my god, and the film has been shooting smoothly since. Now it appears that the work on the movie is close to the finish line, very exciting. Recently, producer Barbara Machete, who happens to be the sister of director Andy Machete, shared a BTS image from the set of The Flash. Barbara's post featured Andy grinning as he sat beside his vanity van. In the post, the producer expressed joy announcing that the movie would soon be wrapping up production. Take a look at Barbara's post below. Yeah, this is the picture. I actually mentioned this the other day on the DCEU Daily. So he's sitting by his caravan, his trailer, whatever you want to call it, and you know, it's nearly time to wrap up. So close we can taste it. Sweatpants, coffee, and dark deep purple circles. Argentinian flag, Yacasi, jogging cafe, Guayoja Violeta Obscura, Andy Machete, The Flash movie. Although plot details on The Flash are slim, the information that is available about the movie has ignited a tidal wave of excitement among fans. The Flash is all set to introduce the DCEU's own version of the multiverse, which would see Sasha Calle making her debut as the franchise's Supergirl. There are also two versions of Batman, one played by Ben Affleck and the other by Michael Keaton. The movie additionally features Kiersey Clements as Iris West, with Jojo Rabbit's Luke Brandon Field attached in an undisclosed role. Recently, new image featuring Calais posing with a Wonder Woman cutout sparked speculations about a cameo from Gal Gadot's Diana Prince, but those reports remain unconfirmed. I can report that Gal Gadot will be in the Flash movie. I told you that, we were talking about it earlier. It's going to happen. I know, you don't need a YouTube channel to know. It's obvious, right? The Flash has been filming for about 6 months now. It's been filming for a long time. I told you, the longest DCEU shoot ever, which is considerably longer than the production spans of fellow DCEU installments, Shazam, Fury of the Gods and Black Adam, which each took about 3 to 4 months to film. Perhaps this extra time can be blamed on the mayhem that the film had to deal with due to the revolving door of writer and director changes. What? What? What are you fucking talking about? Those things happened years ago. Oh my God. Oh. Saeed, you disappoint me. Anyway, past few years, the cast of members of Flash have, let's say that again, blamed on mayhem that the film had to deal with due to the revolving door of the writer and director changing. It saw over the past few years. Additionally, all cast members of The Flash have other commitments. So you think they come to a production and because they've got other commitments, they go and fuck off and come back again? Don't be fucking stupid. Including Miller, who was juggling between the movie and the post-production of Fantastic Beasts 3. No, he did all of that first, then joined this production. You're talking shit. Thus, it must not have been easy to get all the actors together in one place at the same time. Still, despite the difficulties, The Flash has managed to make it this far. Hopefully soon fans will also be able to get a proper look at the movie, given that it has set an exclusive panel at the upcoming DC Fandom on October the 16th, 2021. That's genuinely a terrible article, and I should be fucking congratulated for making sense of it. So, yes, we're nearly done with The Flash. That's going to be an auspicious day because it's such an important movie. This changes everything, as we've discussed so many times. But there is a little bit of controversy on the smooth excitement that this production has given us because Barbara likes to talk to fans and answer fans' questions. So she was asked if we're getting a Flash trailer at DC Fandom. She said no, but there will be a few surprises. Now, we were told a long time ago that we were getting a sneak peek. When you're told you're getting a sneak peek, it means you are not getting a trailer. Now, I've been told we're going to get a sneak peek at the opening sequence, the opening scene of the Flash movie, which excites me a great deal. Now, it might not be very exciting. It might just be Barry Allen, you know, at work, you know, messing about with petri dishes and stuff like that. I don't know. I have no idea. But we're getting a sneak peek. That should be enough. You know, how self-entitled can you be to think that you're entitled to get a trailer? They're only just finishing production this week. Let the people do their best work. Don't rush them so we can have the best movie, because you'll be the same fucking people going when you get a rush trailer, oh, the CGI looks terrible. Well, fuck you. Give Andy and Barbara and the whole team a chance to give us the great movie. They've got a panel at DC Fandom. They're going to be answering some questions. Very exciting, and we get a sneak peek. That's enough for me, and that should be enough for you. This has been the DCEU Daily. I'm Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives, and I will see you again for more DCEU Daily tomorrow. Be there, be square, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss this perfection. It's subjective, by the way, and I will see you tomorrow. Until tomorrow, goodbye. Have a lovely day.